What's going on, guys? Kate's here, and welcome back to another weapon overview. So basically today we are checking out Glaive. So basically one of the Glaive thing for Glaive weapon things are that it's really flexible, so you can basically have two heads armor sets, as well as I have special two headpieces. So basically for this weapon you can change a lot of things and be flexible with it. So basically one of the main things for this build is, either way, there are two important things either way: a lot of auto attacks and doing huge damage from auto attacks, or doing the other thing that is doing damage while also having a bit more tankiness and that the high tankiness a bit. So if we go with auto attack, then basically we go with the Hellion Hood. Of course, you can also use Soldier's Helmet, that's why I have it here. Soldier's Helmet is still a good and viable and cheaper version, so if you want really cheap and need that one defensive, go with Soldier's Helmet. If you feel like you want to go expensive and stuff, go with Hellion Hood. In my opinion, I always go with the best thing, because in longevity, whenever you have a good GVG team and stuff, you always will be happy that you leveled up the high tier thing from the start. So then I go with Swiftness and of course the Smoke Bomb. Then in Hunter's Jacket we go with the Haste. So basically Haste increases normal attack speed by 60% and damage for 10% for 8 seconds. And the cooldown is only 30 seconds. And then we go for attack speed. Right now we'll go with the first build, that is mainly with auto attack, so that's why we are just going full on auto attack speed. And then we go with Royal Shoes as well, Swiftness, that is attack speed is increased by 6%. So basically just from boots that is 6%, here are 18, and then 18 plus 6, 24. So basically 24% already increased just from these things. And then we go with the Glaive. With Glaive we use the second Q, so basically whenever you pop it, increase your normal attack range by 30 and normal attack damage by 35 for 8 seconds, and you can stack up. Really important thing is not to stack up too much, because whenever you will look, so for example I stack up once, and the good thing, you don't need targets. I have stacked up 3 times, so basically this is the max. If you go 4, you sub the little thing, the -9, it's the mana. So if you stack up 2 times too much, you see like my mana is going just down, down, down. So that's why maybe you see sometimes on my Glaive is just, you know, I'm just doing normal Qs and my mana is almost out in like 10 seconds or whatever. Like you can right now see my mana is just out just from like 5 seconds or like 10 seconds of just queuing. So basically that's why you never want to queue too much. But you usually, so what you do is usually you have the 3 queues and don't queue every time, so the cooldown is 2 seconds. Don't queue every 2 seconds, but every 6 or 7 seconds whenever the third queue will be about to drop. And of course, really good thing about Spear, it isn't 100% melee and 100% range, so you can like, it's really viable for both things, for range, doing damage from range as well as from close range. Then we go with the Forest Spears. In my opinion, it's really good and does a lot of damage whenever people are clumped up. And then we go of course with the Fling. So the good thing about Fling is that you can make someone like running away from you or whatever, fling him back, and I'll show you the animation how it looks like. Of course here was the Forest of Spears, looks like something like this. So Fling is something like this, we just fling someone back. Okay, I don't know why that guy is just really retarded, but either way. So basically we just fling someone back, and it's animation that flings someone back as well. Royal Shoes, in my opinion, are really good. Royal Shoes, in my opinion, are really good because you always, even with half range, half melee, you want that everything jump. In my opinion, it's always good, and it's a big jump that all things done while you're jumping, you will not take any damage. So basically, for food, we go with Poison Potion if you feel like you have too less damage. If you feel like you have, you want that a bit more tankiness, go with the Resistance Potion or Sticky. And then go always with the Stew just for increased damage. So basically the first build with that auto attacks I'll show you on this mob. So basically the thing works like this: we fling, then usually when there's a lot of people we do Force of Spears, and it's just like animation. Whoever stands in here takes a lot of damage. I'll kill this thing and I'll show you how fast I can kill with auto attack damage build. So basically we queue, we want to have 3 queues, so we just queued once, we queued twice, and we queued third time, then we pop our thing, and then we just do a lot of damage just by doing normal queues. You can see I'm just spamming my queue. And it's huge damage, especially it was with the Grudge. Now it isn't as big, but I'll show you. So basically the main thing for this mob is just reset. Because the Hellion here just went me ambush or whatever, but the main thing is that you want to have three Spirit Spears, so basically 3 queues. Then you want to pop your haste and then right away Hellion Hood. That's why Hellion Hood is really good. While you stand in that, the main thing is doing auto attack damage. So you just spam your space or whatever that is your auto attack damage. You do a lot of damage. So I'll show you without the smoke bomb, but just for players use the smoke bomb. And while they will be in the smoke bomb, they'll not be able to use any spells, and you will be able to just auto attack them to death. So let's see. So let's queue up. And it's a really good thing that haste is every 30 seconds. So I have 3 times, I pop my thing, and then I go. And you can see like I'm doing 200 damage so fast and he's dead. So basically a lot of damage with this. Of course this was a lot powerful, a lot more powerful when the Grudge was. In my opinion, Glaive is still really good, it does a lot of damage, and it's like a melee as well from ranged. And I think it's the best of both worlds. So that's the first build. The second build is a bit more defensive, but of course you can also use Hellion, but in this case I don't think the Hellion is necessary. So when you go with not auto attack damage, you switch to a bit more damage and a bit more tankiness. So basically we go with Soldier's Helmet. This of course is a lot cheaper, so we have that one defensive. Whenever someone's doing something or trying to fling us or whatever, you just pop this defensive and you're good to go. Then we go with Assassin's Jacket. We go with Balanced Mind, and then there's either way 2 options. Either way go with the Inferno Shield or Ambush. Both of them in my opinion are really good and viable. It just depends on what you like. In my opinion, go with Inferno Shield, so it increases your resistance, so making enemies do less damage to you. Then with Royal Shoes, of course, we go with the jump, but this time we go with Balanced Mind. For that a bit increased damage, because you don't really need a lot of attack speed if you don't go for attack speed build. So basically just go with a bit extra health and the damage. And then for the Glaive, we still have this, the second queue in my opinion is still really good and viable, because the best thing is that you can just shoot someone from range, basically hit someone from range while being a kind of medium melee class. Like when I have my 3 queues, I can just shoot from range or like hit him from range. Usually also you can do your fling and then right away you can do your Force of Spears, so you know where people are. That's really really good as well. And of course we go with Force of Spears. It's still in my opinion the best thing. Then we go with fling, and usually about this passive abilities and stuff, it's in my opinion the first queue is always like good. You always, if you have leveled up your weapon, you can go either way. That every 4 normal attacks, all your damage gets increased by 7%, or the 4th. Usually it's sometimes good or not. All these things depending on you. Never go with like extra health per auto attack, but usually try to mix and match and see whatever is necessary, and whatever does more damage if you need, or a bit more tankiness or whatever. So usually the passive is just depending on yourself and what you try to do and what you're lacking on. So basically that was that. I appreciate everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy. So if you have any questions about builds or whatever, let me know. People have been asking also me to maybe put like from Albion Online, we know that there's like builds.com for Albion or whatever. I usually showcase them in the video, so I don't think you like need to look at every single thing that is like the picture on paper. So I think this is good. But let me know if you also need from the website or whatever, like showing the build, because I usually think like whenever I show in the video it is enough and everything like that. In future we'll see. We have a lot of plans for doing a lot more ZVZs and GVGs soon, so be sure to check that out and see you guys in the next video. Peace.